Hi guys, I'm so happy to finally be back and be able to have a little bit of time to make a video. Life, as you imagine, has been hectic with a almost 2-year-old at home and then a 2-month-old at home. So I'm making a lot of adjustments and trying to find a good balance throughout the week or throughout my day. So I'm going to give you my 6-week checkup slash where I am now at 2 months checkup. And so if you guys have any questions, you can always leave them down in the comment section below. And I am normally pretty good about getting back quickly and answering questions. So it's going to be a couple of different things, and nursing is one topic. I'm not going to go into it in too much detail. I'm going to make a separate video about that. I'm currently still nursing. I have a really good milk supply. So I guess I'll just start with that. I had a little bit of a rough time initially with an infection. I had mastitis. So I'll leave something below that tells you a little bit about that if you want to read about it. It was bad. I've never had it before. It hurt so bad. It made it really hard for me to nurse. In fact, I wasn't able to nurse Gabrielle on the right side. I had to strictly pump because I couldn't take the pain, but I knew that I needed to keep up my supply. So I dealt with that. I had the infection for 2 weeks before I actually went to my midwife and said, hey, I think something is not right. Because I thought, okay, first couple of weeks of nursing, it's kind of difficult, and your nipples get chapped, but I had the whole bleeding, like everything. So that's how that's going. It's much better now. It doesn't hurt. Like, I'm good. I still have a ridiculous milk supply. I am pumping and storing about 20 ounces a day, and that is on top of her just regular feedings of every 2.5 to 3 hours during the day. And then at night, she goes about 4 to 4.5 hours between nursing. But I still have to get up and pump because I have so much milk that if I don't, I become engorged. So for my 6-week checkup, I had baby blues. Pretty bad, actually. I was just crying about everything. It would be like, we don't have any more tuna, and I would just be crying. So like everything was a trigger for me. And I thought, okay, this is going to pass, this is going to pass. And then when it didn't pass after about 2 weeks, I thought, okay, I need to go see my midwife and, ask some questions and seek out help, which is really important to do, guys, because baby blues or like postpartum depression is nothing to play around with. It will get worse before it gets better. And so it's very important that you seek out help. So I did that at my 6-week checkup. I also tried to start exercising, but that didn't work out very well. So I caught myself going for a run, and my pelvic area was hurting so bad that I could not even finish the run, which is not the norm for me. And I tried to run at about 5 weeks when I was 5 weeks postpartum. And normally I'm like good by then, but my pelvic bone had been hurting, and I thought, oh, maybe it's because I haven't been exercising. So let me kind of slowly work myself back in, and I decided I was going to go for a run. I didn't even make it a half a mile and basically had to like crawl back home because it hurt so bad. So at my 6-week appointment, I told my midwife about it, and of course she was checking me, and turns out that my pelvic bone, so instead of them lining up like this, it was like this. They move. So it was like this instead of being like this. And my abs, instead of having a gap that was approximately this big, which is normal for 6 weeks, mine was like this. So she could literally fit 3 fingers in between my abdomen, which is not normal. So I don't know if I told you guys, but back in May, I had an incident where I fell, and I fell while holding Micah. And what I did was I kind of like turned to the side so that I wouldn't fall on Micah, and then I could also protect my belly. And I ended up hitting my hip, I hit my head. It was a mess, okay, a hot mess. So what happened is that fall knocked my pelvis out of alignment. And then as the pregnancy went on and Gabrielle dropped farther down, it just kind of spread everything apart, of course, but it never was able to get lined back up. So although I was going to the chiropractor, we didn't do any x-rays after the fall because I didn't want to have that additional radiation while I was pregnant. So it wasn't until after I had her that we were able to determine that's what happened. And so right now I'm currently going to physical therapy 2 days a week, which is helping. I'm now at the point where I can, you know, do a good jog for about a half a mile to a mile. So instead of me being able to work out like I normally would, be lifting and, you know, doing all that stuff, it's almost as if my body is as if I just had Gabrielle 2 weeks ago, because that's when I started my physical therapy. And so I'm kind of having this delay in being able to get my... Okay, sorry about that. So, what was I saying? So yeah, I'm a little bit behind the curve on, you know, being able to work out and get my weight down and get back to a comfortable size and all of that. So speaking of weight, I have not lost very much weight since I had Gabrielle again, because I haven't been able to work out, dealt with some postpartum depression, and so my eating was just horrible. I was craving sweets like no other. I'm talking about like eating a whole package of Chips Ahoy a day. Like, that's insane. Those should last months in my house, and I was just gobbling them down, eating like 3 or 4 packs a week, which is, if you don't know, part of a sign of depression, because your body is, the chemical that in your brain or whatever that makes you like happy is also triggered by sweets. Like, you produce more of it when you, I don't know if I'm explaining it properly, but basically when you get depressed, you tend to eat more sweets. And that's what happened, is that I went into like sweet overboard and couldn't stop. So it was really, really bad. But now I'm kind of getting out of it and being able to manage my sweet intake and not craving it like I was before. So that's food and my weight and everything. As far as sleeping actually hasn't been bad. I've gotten to the point where I don't have to take naps during the day, and part of that is this supplement that I've been taking, which is also helping with my weight. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm actually going to do a separate video on this. It's perfectly safe. It's called Modere. It's safe for breastfeeding moms as well. Otherwise I wouldn't be taking it. But it's helping me with my weight. It's helping me with my energy. So again, that'll be a separate video. I'm kind of waiting until I can get my before and after pictures and good results, and then I'll give you guys all the information about that. But yeah, so sleep. Gabrielle has been sleeping really well at night, so I'm able to kind of sleep as well, besides the fact that I have to get up and pump, because if not, I become like super engorged. Let's see what else. Okay, I think that's about it for me. I'm not gonna do the whole, you know what, I will. I don't even care. I'm gonna do a belly shot real quick while I still have the nerve to do it. Make sure the camera's focused. So this is where I currently am, and I didn't gain a whole lot of new stretch marks. Most of these are kind of like from the kids before, but this is what I'm looking like now. So I still have a little ways to go before I'm where I want to be, but you know, you'll get there with time. I'm not gonna put too much pressure on myself or rush it. I know that it's going to take a little bit more time this round. I mean, this is my 4th baby, so it's just gonna take more time. As far as Gabrielle is concerned, excuse me, everyone in my house is sick right now. We all have like a cold. My husband has a sinus infection, which is part of the reason why this video is so delayed. Gabrielle is doing really, really well. She is over 10 pounds now. She's such a little chunk. Probably the biggest of all of my kids at this age, which is really funny to me. She's holding her head up really well, and you know, talking, like baby talking. So we talk a lot. She's like smiling and, you know, all of that stuff. So everything is going well with us. I will do probably a more in-depth video for her after I get a couple more clips of her doing things, so it's, you know, you guys can see it and That's what you want to see anyway, is her. So I'm gonna do that. But again, if you guys have any questions about my postpartum depression, or baby blues, or my mastitis, my breast infection, you can definitely ask them. I'm a pretty open person. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to share the video and become a subscriber if you are not already. Bye guys.